Hi everybody, welcome back to Bearded Reef. My name's Ross and this is the Aquati 5-stage RODI unit. Okay, so welcome back everybody. Like I say, this is the Aquati 5-stage RODI unit. If you haven't watched my last video, maybe go and watch that one. It's the 3-month update video, explains a little bit. But yeah, excited to announce that it's actually my new sponsor for the channel, which is Aquati. This is their new 5-stage RODI unit. It's the 150 gallon per day unit that I've got. So yeah, this video is going to be an unboxing and initial setup of the unit. Just a run through of what you get with it, what's included and how to set it up. So without further ado, we'll get things unboxed and we'll take a quick look at it. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the packaging that it comes in. So the branded box there, I've just covered up my address label for that. They've marked as fragile. So we'll go ahead, open it up and see what's inside. Now obviously I burst the seals earlier, but we'll have a look and see how it comes packaged. So I'm going to bubble wrap here. And we'll lift this out. Okay, there we have it. Let's move the box to the side just now. So that's how the filter comes there. Seems to be well shrink wrapped, so I'll get the shrink wrap off this and I'll join you in a bit.
A few moments later.
Okay, so that's the shrink wrap removed now. As you can see, it's got, I think that's the bypass there for flushing out the membrane. Full 5-stage system. And this must be the accessories connection pack that you get with it. So open that up and we'll take a look. So first things first, you get the feed hose. I think the white's the feed hose. Then you get the red for your wastewater, blue for your RO water. I think that's the way it goes anyway. This here is a clamp-on fitting for your drain. So you can actually drain that directly to the plumbing underneath the sink. Comes with 2 different spanners here for opening up the chambers on it. So you just slide that on the bottom, open up the different chambers for the media. And it also came with the fittings that I needed for the garden hose tap. So yeah, you could do it hard plumbed in underneath the sink, which is one of the most common ways I think people do it. The way I do it, the garden hose connector, which is here. Or you could actually do it in the laundry room type connector. So it comes with all the different fittings here that you need for that, and the valves. So yeah, really good kit. It comes with absolutely everything that you need. So it'll come with a little voucher there, and the instructions. So yeah, that's the RO unit. That's a quick unboxing video of it. Everything that you get with it, pretty much everything you need there, ready to go. So yeah, quite impressed with that. I'll jump back upstairs and I'll give you a quick run through what's actually included and what's what in the kit. Okay, so I've just stuck this little picture up here which shows off the RODI unit. I just wanted to run through a couple of the stages on it and explain to you what's involved in it. So like I said, it's a 5-stage RODI water filter system. It's got all the inline connectors there, it's all push fittings, really easy to set up. But I'll run through what each stage does and give you a kind of brief overview of it just in case you don't know. So, stage 1. This is the polypropylene foam filter cartridge that removes sand, rust, silt, other kind of sediments, goes up to 5 microns. So that takes out kind of heavy particles from the water to start with. Then we go to the second stage. So that's a filter cartridge with activated coconut shell in it. Now it's a carbon and non-woven polypropylene material that's inside that, which again removes some chlorine and organic compounds, so again slightly finer. That's your second stage. Move on to the third stage, that's the activated carbon block. So the carbons form specially pressured high density blocks to gain high absorption rates of chlorine, other chemicals and multi-particle organic substances. So that is taking out the more organic level waste, third stage. Fourth stage now, like I said, this is the 150 gallon per day one, so that is the actual RO membrane, so it's the 150 gallon per day membrane that I've got in this one. And the fifth stage, the final stage, which is actually a refillable container for the DI resin. So this comes pre-filled with some high quality DI resin already in it, and you can replace that as and when needed. So that's the 5 stages of this filter. I'll go on and show you some more features just now. So I just want to add in here, as you can see, this is the actual 5 stage unit here. So as you've just seen from the video, that's it unboxed. Now at this point I want to give a massive shout out to Aquati for sponsoring the channel. Didn't expect anything like this to happen. Really excited that it has, really glad it has, can't thank them enough. I wanted to kind of partner up with somebody that I believed in their product. There's a lot of products out there that people shove in their face that they don't actually use and don't believe. I use this, I believe in it. Really well made, really good product. Even from speaking to other reefers that have had them for years and years, they just don't fail. So great product, great service, customer service is fantastic. Really couldn't have asked for any more. Also it's a small local business, so it's good to support local businesses, so really happy with that. So once again, thanks very much to Aquati for sponsoring the channel. Really appreciate your help, support, so yeah, looking forward to moving forward. We'll move on now to the actual setup video and we'll show you that. Okay, so I just wanted to show you some of the connectors that come with the kit. First one you get is the outdoor tap connector. Now that just screws onto any outdoor tap that you've got. So screw that on, push fitting in there for your tubing to go in, which then connects into that part there for the inlet. Second way you can do it is kit supplied with this adapter here. So again, screw that on to the outdoor tap. You then screw that on there. That allows you then to screw on your normal hose fitting that you would have on the garden hose outside, and allows you to have tubing coming off this side which then goes in there again. So that's just a slightly different way of doing it. Both of those there are in the kit, so that came with it. Really good bit of kit that actually. I'm going to do things slightly different. So the way I'm doing it is I got this off the internet, which is just a push-in hose fitting, and on the other end of it's got the tubing adapter. So I'll just go outside to my garden hose, push that in the bottom, plug the hose in into here and start making water. So that's the way I'm going to do it. If you want a more permanent solution, this is definitely the way forward. Really easy to do, and you just put your tubing in there. So yeah, this is the way I'm going to connect it. So I'm going to go outside, connect that into the hose, just run the hose into here, and we'll make the water in the kitchen just now. So I'll go and get that connected up and I'll show you what's the next steps in setting up this RO unit. Okay, so now the outside's done, I'm going to show you how to do the bit on the inside. The kit comes with a little valve here, an on-off valve, just a quarter turn, turn it on and off. So what I'm going to do is have it feeding from outside, inside the house. I'm going to have the inlet coming out there in the valve so I can shut off the water supply. I'm going to have it coming out of there and into here. So what I'm using is this little tubing cutter. I've got that from my work actually, but you can get it all different places. Screwfix, any kind of pipe tubing supplier will be able to get you them. But just a little simple tubing cutter. This just makes it a lot easier. You can use a knife, you can use snips, whatever you want, but this just makes a really clean, neat cut on it. So I'm going to cut a small amount off the end of here, which works like that. And then all I'm going to do is push that on the end of there, push that in there, and then on the inside of here, if you notice, there's a small blue clip. So you actually have to remove that blue clip first. So if I just get something to pull that blue clip off with, so you just need to be careful when doing this, but if you pull that blue clip out of the way, then you can remove this plug. Now to remove that, all you're doing is you actually just push in on that tab there and pull the tubing out. So when you push that in, you notice it comes out a bit. So that's all I'm doing on that one. So I'm going to push that back in there. I'm going to get this little blue clip again, put it back in there, so that means that can't come out. So that's the valve open. I'm going to shut the valve, go back outside, and we'll turn on the water. Okay, so that's the outside done now. I'll actually just disconnect this from here to let you see. So if I come over to the sink and open this valve, so that's the water there. Just going to run that for a bit and get rid of any air in the hose. So yeah, as you see, that's the whole point of that. So yeah, seems to work quite well. Okay, so go back and connect this up here. So that's that connected to the system. So that's your first steps to connecting to the outside tap. We'll take a look at the next steps now. Okay, so the next thing to do is to flush out the first 3 chambers in the RODI system. So what I've done is took the 2 blue clips off of here, and if you just push down on that, pull this hose up, that'll disconnect that from there. And then I'm just going to lift the membrane and the DI resin section off from the top. Set that to the side just now. And what that will allow us to do is flow water in here through these first 3 chambers and out the top. So that's the first thing to do. I'm going to do that for about 10-15 minutes, and I'll come back to you once that's done. So as you can see, that's the first chamber starting to fill up just now. That'll then flow to the second chamber. And this might hit the roof when this comes out here, so I'm just going to be quick to stop this if I need to, but as you can see, that's it flowing out the end there. Okay, so that's the first 3 filters been flushed through for about 15 minutes now. So what I'm going to do is come back over here, shut this valve until this stops draining. I just connected this bit of red hose on here just to make it a bit easier for myself, that was all. So disconnected that from there. Now what you want to do, I've took the clip off the back here, but what I'm going to do is set this back on again and connect this back in here. I'm going to take this clip out of this unit. Take the plug out of there, and the plug's already out of this one. So what happens here, this red hose goes onto here. This is your wastewater, and this one here on the DI chamber is your actual product water. So that's where our feed water is going to come out. I'll go and quickly grab the hose for that and I'll be back. Okay, so I've got the actual blue product hose here, so I'll connect that on to the membrane there. So that literally is everything good to go. I've got the feed in, first 3 filters, out of there into the RO membrane, from the membrane up to the DI chamber and out. Blue hose is our good water, red hose is the drain, white's our feed. So I know this is just a bit of a kind of messed up setup, This is just really to flush everything through, get everything going, get it tested, and everyone's alright, then we'll go from there. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's everything set up, working, tested, all good. Again, apologies that it's a complete mess, but that's the water flowing through everything. So just a quick one before we go. I'm just going to fill this glass up with some tap water. We'll do a TDS measurement on this. Now, I live in central Scotland, the water here is pretty good to be fair, but we'll see what this reads anyway. So slightly high for my water today, but that's 38 ppm there. If you can see that, 38. So yeah, we'll pour that out and we'll take the actual feed from the RO unit. So that's the kind of outlet that I'm getting there. Now this isn't a pumped unit at all, remember, just done off the pressure, the water pressure itself. So should do 150 gallons per day, everything's good on it. Like I say, I've got pretty good water pressure here, and I think that speed will be fine with it, to be fair. A couple of hours, put that in the bucket and that'll be done. So yeah, overall really quite happy with that. I suppose the proof's in the pudding just now once we actually check the TDS value of the water. But it seems to be filling up pretty quickly anyway, so set that in there. And now the big test. Zero. So as you can see, that's worked perfectly there. Honestly, couldn't have asked for any more. Really impressed with the unit. Everything seems to work really well. So yeah. That is really the setup of it. I'll go back upstairs and we'll just have a final wee talk through what's what. So there we have it guys, that's the Aquati RODI unit setup. Like I say, this is the 5-stage and it's the 150 gallons per day. Now a couple of things to mention here. The water pressure that I have at my house, now I live in central Scotland and the water pressure here I believe is relatively good, so I went and measured it and it's about 85 psi. Now I think the minimum is about a bar, which is 14 point something psi. So I've got 85, which is about 6 bar I think it is. So that's really good water pressure. Now because of that, this isn't a pumped unit, but because of the water pressure I've got, I can fill a 25 litre drum in approximately an hour and 40 to an hour and 45 minutes, which for me is more than enough. Don't know if people would want that faster or not, but that for me is perfect. Also the fact that my water from the tap is between 30 to 40 TDS usually, so I can get that down to 0 no problem. Now, this unit's capable of handling all the different TDS readings from tap water, so that's not an issue. But yeah, just check your water pressure before you actually go and set up the unit, just to make sure that you know what water pressure you're getting, and it will be suffice. So yeah, that's pretty much the video finished. Apologies for I've dragged on this one quite a bit. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew the ins and outs of it. So once again, thanks very much to Aquati for sponsoring the channel. Thank you to you guys for watching the content, making everything possible. If you have any questions about the unit, put them in the comments. Don't forget to use the code BeardedReef10 for 10% off. You get that off your entire order. So great offer from Aquati there. Hopefully you guys can make good use of that. So yeah, thanks very much everybody. If you haven't already, if you could consider subscribing to the channel, it really helps me out, it means a lot. Leave any comments or questions you have down below, and if you could like the video as well, that makes a big difference for me. Yeah, also I have the Instagram page, which is bearded.reef, don't forget to check that out, and I'll see you next week. So thanks so much for tuning in folks, take care, stay safe out there, bye bye.